Laura.
So that's kind of, does all that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. That was incredibly helpful.
Yeah. But I think where this gets really wonky for me is I'm reading about this account, and embedded in this account is this anecdote about the domestic violence with Legero Vic. And it's a little strange because I'm trying to get to the bottom of this incident with the car, but I'm forced to accept an actual domestic violence case which went unprosecuted, essentially. When I read this, I'm way more interested in that, in how that didn't go anywhere.
And that was not reported to police. It was, she was given that option. It was not reported, but it was discussed and taken through IOA. And there was an investigation into that, and that started around December 28th of 2015, with the ruling coming down around January 8th. And Legero was put on probation for 2 years. And, because everything in Title IX is secret, you don't really know what probation means. And we found out in doing the follow-up story with the yacht club incident that it is not punitive, it's rehabilitative. So counseling, anger management, healthy relationship classes, which Mackenzie was also recommended to attend the healthy relationship classes as well. They each were told they couldn't be in any dormitory other than their own. So she was not found guilty of the more likely than not, or found guilty in any other investigation, but she was recommended to take the healthy relationship course. And the way these things go, and we've investigated several different ones at other universities as one secret. And if they do not report to the police department, then we don't know about it.
Right. I think what's troubling is if we do know that her playing time is significantly decreased, and if you look at some of the specifics, it certainly doesn't seem like she's been shooting well, but she was the team's leading scorer for, I think, 5 of the first 8 games, and then after the incident, precipitously dropped in terms of how much she played, but also how well she played. You have to wonder how much this was affecting her, but also that there's no transparency from the men's side as to what his punishment was. He caused over $1,000 of damage to a car. He yelled, "I'm going to beat your bleep," chased her out of a building that she was not engaging in a fight with him, right? So for it to simply say we internally disciplined him, that's really problematic to me, because it then speaks to the idea of we're going to cover up and protect this player because it's useful to our team for him to be on the court.
I think what readers knew is that there was an incident, and, we got a lot of feedback from KU fans, and they were like, oh, we just kicked a car. Well, as more has come out, it was more than kicking the car, and it was while she was in it, and it was pounding on the door. And so there is some questions about just the timeliness of it, but we have questions about, why it was 7 weeks with the police department to interview witnesses, and it was 2 weeks for prosecutors. I do know that for Tim Calvert, the main question has always been, and as he's told me will continue to be, just on the treatment part. So we're looking at the other things as far as, the investigation and, why things took as long as they did.
Right.
And I understand that coaches discipline in different ways. But I think, in Tim Calvert's mind is, how do we know if it's equal if we don't know?
Yeah.
Kind of I do know that he has requested a Title IX investigation that will take, up to 60 days. And so I do think there will be some answers at the end, but again, the media often cannot get those. And so it's something that we are continuing to work on. We know that Jackson goes to court on April 12th. He served a 1-game suspension unrelated to this. It was another incident, and that one was involving a traffic violation.
Right.
And so that, I believe, he goes